What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, nerding for you here on the channel. We are going to talk about how Seth Rollins' injury changes WrestleMania 42 for the better or the worse. Previous videos, I've been talking about it. Seth Rollins looks like he is legitimately injured. Reports have said that he has injuries to his rotator cuff. He's going to need surgery. He's going to be out for several months. He's getting pulled from super shows for Japan. He's getting stuff changing, the vision, turning on him. That was excelled. I think we can all agree that that was not the plan, because why would he win Crown Jewel if that was the plan? So obviously, creative switch. It's either a ruse to go against CM Punk at Saturday night's main event, or it's Seth Rollins. It's legitimately injured and has to vacate the title. And I think that's kind of where we're looking at, and that's kind of where we're going. So I'm going to say Seth Rollins' injury for WrestleMania 42 more than likely is going to change a lot of things. Today we are going to talk about previous matches I predicted, and we're going to talk about how they kind of have to change, and then we're going to talk about why and where I think we're going to go for a lot of matches, which it's starting to set in book. Or just, I think after we see, I want to say after Survivor Series, but I don't want to say after Survivor Series. I think after Saturday night's main event, we will finally see where this World Heavyweight Championship is going to go. At least once we see that match and see who's going to be in the match and who's going to win the championship. I'm recording this the Monday Night Raw, the day after Monday Night Raw. So obviously they haven't confirmed his injury fully. It hasn't been said on television, obviously. But for right now, I would say it looks like Seth Rollins is legitimately injured and could miss WrestleMania. We'll talk about that as well. Let's talk about my original Seth Rollins match. I think everyone would agree with me in some sense that this should have been the match, and they would either book Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker or Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. I always had Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. That was the plan for WrestleMania 41. I think they were not going to have a title on it. I said it nonstop that they did not need a title on it. They should not have a title on it. A lot of people thought they would have a title on it. I don't think so. I think it would have been Seth and Roman without the title, and that's how we would have gone. Obviously now, I think this match can't happen. I literally don't think it can happen, and here's why. Seth, if he does come back before, should be going after the Vision, right? I think that makes the most sense. Why would he go after Roman Reigns after getting destroyed by the Vision, unless it's really early and then he goes after the Vision and then he can go after Roman? I just don't see it. I don't see it. And if Seth isn't even at Mania, can't happen. So this was the original one. We're not going to see it. My original Braun Breaker match was a pretty interesting one because of reports. I said it could be either two things. It could either be Braun Breaker is in line for the World Heavyweight Championship. I just said in my recent WrestleMania predictions that my hot takes one was Braun Breaker against CM Punk, with CM Punk holding the world title, and Braun Breaker wins the Royal Rumble and goes after CM Punk while Seth goes after Roman, and Braun Breaker wins that match and kind of is like, Seth, why couldn't you do it? And then we see the breakup of the Vision. Well, looks like we actually saw that pretty damn early. But because of reports, my original one was also Brock Lesnar. So I don't think they could go this route as well. I think Braun Breaker has two objectives, and it's either a world title or winning the world title. We'll talk about more a little bit later. But this cannot happen anymore, and I don't think they go this route. My original thought for CM Punk was that he would have to go against Seth Rollins, but I didn't want that to happen. I just thought that there would be a match December, Royal Rumble-ish, and you would have CM Punk winning the world title from Seth Rollins because of Roman Reigns interference. And then you have CM Punk with the world title going into WrestleMania and maybe losing to someone and creating a new main eventer. And I think this was fair, and I think a good prediction. Still could happen. So let's talk about some new matches because of this. So obviously, I don't think Brock Lesnar and Braun Breaker are going to happen anymore. I think you have to switch off that. Does Brock Lesnar join this group, and do you get like a Brock Lesnar versus some new up-and-coming, maybe Bronson Reed? Maybe. Don't think that's the thing that'll go, though. I think it will be Gunther. And I think the reason why is because this is another match that a lot of people were wanting and a lot of people thought would happen. But I just don't know about this. Because I think now Gunther will retire John Cena, right? And I thought maybe they retire John Cena. He wins the Royal Rumble. He goes after Cody. Thought that's the way they go. Maybe instead, it's retire John Cena, talk about killing legends. He goes to Brock Lesnar, beats Brock Lesnar again. Does Brock Lesnar retire? Probably not. I think he's going to wait all the way till Saudi next year. But this is my new Brock Lesnar match. I think it's either that, Obafemi, or Bronson Reed. Those are the three people that I think will happen. Because Bronson Reed's not really on this card for me, and I don't have a new match for him. Maybe him and the new debuting Vision member, which I could see them going that route of, is here to win the tag titles. I don't know, but I think right now, which I don't think that's what they should do with Bronson Reed, because he has been absolutely killing it. I would like a Bronson Reed versus Brock Lesnar match at WrestleMania, to be honest with you. My new Roman Reigns match. You can go some different routes. There's two different ways they go about this. They go the route I go, or they go against CM Punk. Match that we've been wanting. Maybe that's the way so that they can move CM Punk out of the picture if Seth Rollins is here, and you go Roman versus CM Punk. That's not what I'm going. And I'm going with what I kind of started to see could be the WrestleMania match, but said, well, how would they do Seth Rollins and everybody? My new match is Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, and a heel Jey Uso. I could see a world where he's starting to become the new tribal chief, and he's the guy that is saying, I'm the tribal chief. I'm going to want to be the tribal chief. You are nothing but a shell of what you were. And I see, to be completely honest with you, maybe this is for the tribal chief mantle, and Jey Uso wins. And then we have a secondary story on the back of Jey Uso's the new tribal chief. He wins that World Heavyweight Championship, maybe, or something from a babyface. And Jey Uso's our champion, and we have a storyline with Roman again. I think maybe we have Jey Uso turning on Jimmy right before this, maybe injuring Jimmy or purposely riding him out of WrestleMania. And then it is Jey Uso and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. This is a crazy one, but let me be honest with you. The story they're telling right now on Raw, doesn't this feel like this is going to be the match at Mania? And if Seth is out, I don't know. I really think that CM Punk or Jey Uso for Roman Reigns, which is crazy to say, but I kind of want to see this match. I know we saw it in SummerSlam back in the day, but I say back in the day, but it's like 2023. I just think that this is a new dynamic of a babyface Roman Reigns versus a heel Jey Uso, and we could see some crazy, crazy shenanigans. Here is my new Seth Rollins match, and I think I kind of already spoiled it, one. But two, I think, and you're going to see it, if Seth Rollins is out, what happens? So Seth Rollins, my new match, is going to be Braun Breaker, but not just going against Braun Breaker in a one-on-one. Maybe they go that route. Don't think they will. I think it'll be Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker with the World Heavyweight title. Does Seth Rollins win it here is the biggest question. I don't know, and we're not predicting that today. If he does win it here, then you have, I think, a Braun Breaker winning King of the Ring, absolutely destroying, winning the title at SummerSlam, and then you have Braun Breaker absolutely cooking for the next, all the way till WrestleMania at least. But I really do believe that Seth Rollins, if he wins, or if he comes back, he has to go against Braun Breaker in a one-on-one match. He has to go against maybe Seth and somebody versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Probably not that. I think it is, though, Seth versus Braun Breaker for the title. And I want the title to be there because that's what Seth wanted the most out of everything. And he said, I'm on a cloud nine. I'm at the top of the mountain. It has to be with the title. But then how does Braun Breaker get it? Probably just, I guess, when Seth vacates it, he wins the title. But let's say if Seth Rollins is out, where maybe the story is Braun Breaker is going to win the title. He does win the title at WrestleMania. Then later on in life, Seth Rollins comes back, confronts Braun Breaker, and maybe Seth wins King of the Ring, and he goes against Braun Breaker. Another prediction there. If Seth Rollins is out, then I think this is the scenario they go. I think they go, which technically there's no telling of what's going to... I just realized that there's no telling of how... Well, they'll probably know with the injury and everything, actually. That's crazy for me to say. Whatever. I think this is the way they go. I think they go, Seth Rollins vacates the title, and CM Punk wins it. And I think it would be kind of crazy that CM Punk, you could tell the story of CM Punk only won the title when Seth Rollins wasn't there. And maybe that still indicates that final story could happen. But I think you have CM Punk winning the title and Braun Breaker winning the Royal Rumble. And then you have these two going against each other. I have to be honest, this is a match that I really want to see. I know we have probably seen some sort of tag teams and stuff with the two. But I want to see this match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I think this is the route you go for WrestleMania, and Braun Breaker winning against CM Punk makes too much sense to me at this point, and I think this is the route they should be going to. Now, let's just say this. CM Punk, if he doesn't win the world title right away, what happens to him? Like, what actually is going to happen? Because to me, it's not, if Braun Breaker has the title and Seth Rollins is out, which I don't know if that would happen, does CM Punk go after Braun Breaker instead? I don't think so. I think they would do Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns maybe. But yeah, what happens to CM Punk? I think it could be a Roman match. Another scenario that I want to talk about, which I'm just going to throw in here as a potential, is what is the possibility of us seeing a triple threat match between Braun Breaker, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins? Braun Breaker as the New Vision leader is going to probably get killed and get absolutely, or I said this wrong. Braun Breaker now as the new leader is probably going to absolutely destroy and annihilate CM Punk and Roman Reigns and anybody on Raw. So you're going to have those two feuding for a while, and then when Seth Rollins comes back, he's going to want to take out the Vision, but I don't think CM Punk's going to want to team with him right away. So then I think you're going to have a interesting scenario of a triple threat match where Seth hates CM Punk and Braun Breaker so much that he's willing to go against those two, and Punk hates Seth and Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker obviously doesn't like Seth, but he hates CM Punk a lot too. Maybe that's the triple threat for the title. And if CM Punk enters as champion, who wins it? Seth or Braun? Maybe Braun. But there could be some interesting and crazy shenanigans. And honestly, that's a main event. That's a night 2 main event to me. I know you could have Cody versus, I guess you could have Gunther, but I think Cody versus Drew or Cody versus Randy. That's night 1 to me if this is a story. So I don't know. I'm just going to throw out that prediction as a last minute thing. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. This changes a lot for me, and there's so many videos that I can make talking about Seth Rollins. But the more news we're going to get, the more I'll probably make some other videos. But I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.